Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our virtual Can We Talk session two. And in this session, I am your host, Akira Frierson, with the owner of Take Care of You LLC, which we are a maternal health organization supporting moms and birth health workers in education and advocacy for maternal health. This session today is going to be about who's in your circle. It's very important as a woman, as a mom, to make sure that you have the right people in your circle to support you in all things of life. You just can't do one thing. You need to be able to have multiple resources and be able to grab people from every which way. And so I have a few of my friends here today, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. And then we'll get started. So we're going to do alphabetical order. We're going to go with Coach B.
Everybody, I am ADHD Money Coach B, Betty Lewis. I am the owner of Young, Rich, and Rooted. I run a financial counseling and coaching practice where I support gifted Black women with ADHD, women dealing with anxiety, depression, grief, trauma, and helping them figure out why they know what to do with their money and how to actually follow through and do it, helping them connect to make the connection and actually retain some of their wealth. I believe that financial self-care always begins with actual self-care. And so I lead a very holistic approach to money management.
Awesome. And then we have Christina.
Hello, everybody. My name is Christina Ross, and I am a new business owner of Real Ross Media. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where we do video production, photography, content creation, and more. I also am a media director at my church, where we also do the same things, promo videos, the works, etc. I'm not sure if we introduced where we're from, but from Plainfield, New Jersey. And it's nice to be here.
Awesome. And then last but not least, we have Erica.
Good morning. Thank you, Akira, for hosting, creating a space for us to have this chat. I am Erica Pulliam. I am the founder and owner of the Partum Tribe. Partum Tribe is because I'm a postpartum doula, so we focused on rest, wellness, and recovery for Black and Brown moms in the Plainfield community. And a spinoff from the Partum Tribe, I also have a second business, which is an LLC called Mommy Minute. And based off of what I was seeing in the postpartum space when moms weren't resting and taking time for themselves, we created a space that with my business partner called Mommy Minute, where there's events curated for moms to take a minute for herself.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we're just going to get right into it. Anybody can talk at any time, but my first question is, what is your why? Why? I mean, you kind of touched on a little bit of why you started or what you did, but what is your internal why? Besides the external supporting other people, what was the internal why that caused you to be where you are?
Well, I'll start since I led off the introduction. My why has actually evolved over time. I've known really since I was a young girl that I really wanted to work in dealing with numbers and math and finance for a really long time. But I don't think that I got deeply connected to my why until I would experience things for myself. I've worked in finance for over 20 years, but until dealing with domestic violence, until dealing with sexual violence, until dealing with a host of issues, I did not make the correlation that not everybody's in their financial situation because of poor decision making. Sometimes life was lifing and there weren't enough resources to support them. Later in my career, I niched into working with people with ADHD as a result of my own diagnosis. It was the first time I could make the connection to why I could be so good with money, but at times so bad with money. And it was because I didn't understand that our brains worked very differently. And when I got diagnosed, I really started exploring the brain and how it really works, and seeing that a lot of the financial advice that's out here is wildly inappropriate for a neurodivergent brain. And so we needed advice that actually reflected the way we think, reflected the way we needed to organize, the way we needed to organize our budget, the way we needed to, what tools we use. And there was a lot of brilliant, gifted Black women who lived in shame because they felt inadequate. They felt like they were broken. They felt like they weren't trying hard enough. They felt all of the negative stereotypes that people labeled them with, and it was not true. And I know that they just needed somebody to help develop something that actually worked for them, that gave them space to be able to see their obstacles, but also see the gifts in the neurodivergent so that they can love themselves back to wealth. And that's why I do it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
All right.
All right. I guess I'll go for next for my why. My why is uh I don't want to say it's cliche. Here it is. I'm multi-talented in a lot of areas, but what have seemed to stick with me is the media aspect of storytelling. Like if you know me, if we're out and about, random people will come to me and tell me their story, no matter what it is, what we're doing. It could be a child, it can be an adult, it can be whomever. And then I've started in the media field about, I'll say 10 years ago at a church that I was going to previously. And I was just sitting in the service and I just got up and randomly started recording because I wanted to get the message. But no matter how much I tried to shake not doing media things, it always seemed to come back to God needing me in that space for a certain reason. So I feel like it's in my purpose to be in the media aspect of it because there's a story God want me to tell. Whatever the story is that God wants me to tell, I need to be in place to do it because hate to put on my ministerial hat, but I feel like I owe God everything. So whatever it is that He wants me to tell, whatever the story it is that He needs me to do, I have to be in place to do that. So I'm trying to shake it, but it's where He needs me. So I'm gonna stick it out and tell the story that He needs me to tell.
Awesome.
My why was based off of my own experience. After I birthed my daughter, my first child, um, I came home, even though being a little older in age, so I had my kids a little older, so 37 and 39. And I'm like, okay, I'm home, I bring this baby home, and my husband went right back to work. My mom was with me for a week. And I'm just like, well, who here for me? What do I do with this, right? I'm trying to breastfeed, breast milk spilling, I'm crying, I'm just all over with my emotions, right? Hormones have shifted. And I'm like, I can't even take a shower because I'm nervous to leave this baby by myself. Like, not even being older, just never having the conversations, like it's okay to feel this way, right? Um, but I didn't have a space where I was able to rest and felt like I was getting my absolute wellness in that postpartum recovery time. So I'm like, how do I create a space where I could go into a new mom's home to say, go ahead and shower. Go ahead and, if you need to take a nap, take the nap. Do you need me to come over and prepare some meals for you? Just to support and help that new mom out in her journey. So based off of my experience, I'm like, somebody else needs this.
Yeah.
Even like talking about my son being in the NICU, how do I get back to wellness, after experiencing preeclampsia, right? So creating those meals that made me feel whole, creating like the smoothies and things like that I was able to drink. So what did it take to get me to back to wellness? So I'm like, that's the area we need to focus on: rest and wellness and support for moms coming home with baby. Like, let's focus on mom at the same way we focus on baby.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
good.
And my why is it's like a twofold. My profession is a labor and delivery nurse, and number one, I am a mom as well. And so I experienced the space of not having the support that I needed. I had support, but it wasn't the support that I needed because they did not understand how to support me. It's different when you have support that knows how to support you versus having support that doesn't know what to do. They're just going based off of feelings and emotions and what they've experienced. And I did this and I did that. But somebody that had the knowledge and the understanding, it wasn't there. And so that was one of the biggest issues. And that's where, I had to, say, okay, I need a space for, women to not feel the way I didn't want anybody else to feel the way I felt. That was one thing. And then the other reason was it was a little selfish. I got tired of educating people about the same thing over and over and over. I was just like, listen, wait a minute. What I'm not going to do is keep doing this, reinventing the wheel every time I walk into the room. I hear the person saying the same thing over and over again. I'm like, is nobody teaching these people what to do, what to say? So it was a little selfish, I want to say, because I just got tired of saying the same thing over and over again. And then I'm just looking around and like asking like the hospital facility, like, is there something that is for these women? Oh, yes, we have a birthing class. I'm like, great. I start teaching the birthing class, and I'm like, none of the stuff that they talking about is in this class. Every time they come here, it's none of this stuff is here. So there's something needs to be done. And as my pastor typically says, everyone was created to solve a problem in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that was my problem, and I was the solution. I was like, I'm looking around, like ain't no other solutions here. So I guess I'm it. You just put this on my lap. And so, like I said, mine was like twofold. It was a little selfish, but it was also, understanding that there just wasn't a space or a place. And even after 20 years, there still wasn't the proper support that moms would actually need in that space. So that's my why. Like, oh, you must be so caring. I am. However, with a teeny bit of, I need you to get this. I felt like, you see the social media posts where the mom or the dad is sitting with the kid doing the math homework. And it's like, if Johnny had 3 apples and they took one away, how many do you have left? And it was like 7. Oh, okay.
We got it.
But that's exactly that's what I was feeling. All right, so we're gonna go into some special questions. So Coach B, why would somebody need your services?
I think like we seem to be comfortable accepting that we should learn everything else in life. And for some reason we have this I feel like subconscious. It's like it's never really a spoken belief, but I feel like it's an unspoken belief that we're just supposed to automatically know how to do things, and that we're supposed to figure it out all by ourselves. And it's really not true. We're not given education about finance in K through 12. It's still an elective in college, so you're not required to learn about it in college. And so you are going to school, you're racking up hundreds of $1,000s in student loan debt and mortgage loan debt and car loan debt, and nobody is telling you how to manage the money. You're getting a job in order to gain a salary, and then you're not being taught how to manage it, and then it later affects your quality of life, your mental health, your relationships, your relationship with self, your spiritual relationship with God. And God put us on earth, and then he said it's not good for man to be alone. Like that we're supposed to do this with support. We're supposed to do life with health, and finances are part of that life. And God talks about money more than a lot of topics in the Bible, because he knew that currency is an important part of the process, that it's a tool that will be used quite often. What I find is that most people don't lack knowledge, though. Even though we're not taught about money, we have a general idea to spend less than what we make. We have a general concept, but we need support with follow through. We need support with execution. We need support with confidence. And so for a lot of my clients, initially, it may be a little bit of education, but a lot of it is simply empowering them to feel confident, to rebuild that self-trust in their ability to make decisions, to know where to look, to tap into their resources, to feel unashamed, to look for those resources, to access the resources that they need, to figure out how to build a proper support system around their finances, to understand which financial professionals they need to have on their team, because it's not just me. To have them in advance so that you're not waiting until crisis moment. One of the things is, even though I support primarily women with ADHD, I also, if you notice, support women who deal with anxiety, grief, depression, trauma, because all of those things can also affect your executive functionings. So it's just that it may not be happening all the time. It may just be a season of your life that you're dysregulated because you just had an end of a relationship or a death in the family, or this administration is triggering you, right? And that will break down your ability to manage well, and you'll be going like, I used to be able to do this so well. Why can't I do this anymore? And you might need a financial coach who can help you get back on the rhythm that you need so that you can regain access to that knowledge that you have inside your head, and be able to actually follow through and reach your financial goals. But also because as we get older, we're going through different stages of life. you may have understood how to manage money in your 20s. You understood the life expenses and your hormones at that level. But as you get older and your kids get older, you're going through different stages of life, different financial challenges, and it's your first time experiencing them. It is my first time being a mother to a 17-year-old. It is my first time being a mother to a child who's about to go to college. It is my first time being a mother at the age of life that I'm in perimenopause. So now I'm having to deal with my own hormones and figure out what that is and how that's changing my brain, and then how I would need to adjust and manage my finances. So my clients, they're coming to me because they feel like they're capable of more, and they absolutely are. And I'm trying to help them understand that it's okay to have support the whole way through. I'm gonna always have my therapist. I'm gonna always have my doctor. I'm gonna always have my my personal trainer, because I know I'm better with support. So
awesome.
That's good.
So true. Yeah, so true.
That's
awesome. So Christina, a question for me is how do you stay motivated to, when, just starting off, like what pushed you to get to say, I'm going to keep doing this? Who was it, or what was it that pushed you or motivated you to continue on to start your business and to, pursue what the calling was inside you?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead since we're talking about those that are in your circle. It was our sister Aubrey, and it was you that continued to push me to not. I don't want to say motivate me. You guys were great encouragement into pushing me into doing Real Ross Media. Now, I'll say you guys pushed me in that direction because you saw my capabilities. You saw what I was able to do. You saw how I was a great leader, etc. And I tend to get complacent, and you guys were great at pushing me and saying, "No, you can do this," speaking life into me and wanting me to be better. And it wasn't just you guys; it was our pastor, it was my friends, it was my family, it was all of those things that did not want me to be mediocre. Mediocre is the word that I'll say. Now, outside of you guys pushing me so much, it was again being able to see that the story needs to be told. Have you guys ever had someone pass and just know you had a picture of them? Just know you had a picture and you go looking and can't find that picture? Have you ever had someone in your family wanted to show, like an elder, show their memories of their wedding or memories of their someone that passed in their family and say, "Oh, this is your grandparent, this is your great grand, your whomever," and it become a beautiful moment and that it comes historic. It's like a time capsule. It is those things that push me to be where I am now. I've experienced it recently, just knowing I had a picture of somebody that just passed. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kill him with this picture because I remember this picture, and it was only in my head that I saw America. It was in my. I did not have this picture, and it was crushing, but at the same time, it pushed me to know that I have to continue to tell the story. So motivating me to be able to help people and families and everyone else tell the story that is in the current time that we're living. That's pushing to the kids that are under me that I have to teach to be able to tell their story. That's encouraging to me, letting them know that they're able to do the things that I'm doing. It doesn't just stop with me, that you're able to do it too. That's pushing to me. It's all
Awesome.
motivation.
Love it.
I love it.
Yes. So Erica, as a busy mom, entrepreneur, who is it that supports you in being able to be you, to be Erica?
That's a good one. I think it's multiple people that support me to be who I am. First, I know I have to make time, carve out to support myself, right? I think it starts with me and then it goes out to those who help me, right? So when I say starting with me, like I'm always intentional about putting myself on my own calendar, right? So we got a calendar that's on the wall. Everybody in the house can see it. It's a whiteboard. I write all the things that happen because we busy over here, right? So all the kids' activities are up there. date night is up there, but I'm also intentional about putting myself on that calendar. So making sure that, because you can't pour from an empty cup, right? And if I'm able to put myself on the calendar, that helps me, right? Be replenished. But definitely, I have to say, I always say my phone a friend is my mother. Because if I could call her and say, listen, this is what happened, and knowing that the advice she's going to give me is not going to side with me, it's not going, it's going to be like, okay, Erica, this is a good way that you should think about making this choice. It's not going to be in my favor because it's something I want to hear. I think that's the person you need, right? My husband is going to push me and support me to the end, right? So it's like, babe, whatever you need, I got you. And even though his schedule can be a little challenging, he's always making that space where, okay, let me take the kids out for you. Just so you could breathe for a minute. You need that person. You need your friend that's going to help keep you accountable. I have that person. I have my mommy friends that I could say, hey, if you take my kids on the play date at this time, I'll pick your kid up and take them on a play date at that time. So you kind of find those wheels that make your bus go round to keep it working. You need different types of people that's going to help you do that. So definitely somebody to keep me accountable, somebody that's going to keep me on track, where it's not just because I'm voicing my opinion or I'm feeling angry, I'm in my emotions, that they're not just flowing in my emotions, but they like, hey, that don't make sense. Like, come back around to where you need to be. I think you need that person. You need somebody. You ever had somebody that you go to their house and they just make you a cup of tea? You need that person that's gonna make you a cup of tea, or somebody that say, Erica, go sit down. You're doing too much. I think you need all of those people to kind of be a part of your tribe to make you whole.
Absolutely. Coach B, seeing this economy right now, and trying to carve out time for yourself, for your friends, what are some things that you can suggest that don't cost us an arm, a leg, and a kidney, but still can kind of bring us, or what things can we do to help us to be able to still carve out time and make it special enough for us, where it's just not, we're, using a coloring book in the corner of our own home. Even though it might be comfortable, some people might enjoy a coloring book in the corner. But, for us, that might like a little bit more. What is it like? What is some things or suggestions that we could utilize to help us to be able to say, okay, I have this, this is my me money, or my support money, or my friend money, or what have you.
So I love this question. I think a lot of times we struggle, we waste a lot of money because we have never even spent the time to get to know ourselves. So we are just buying in hopes that it'll magically appear to us that this is the thing, instead of actually spending time to figure out like what even does bring me joy. So that I can now start to move money away. So it's not always that you have to find more money in your budget. It's sometimes just reallocating money from things you actually don't even care about, that's been there all along because your mama always did it this way and you always did it this way, and you haven't even considered who are you now. Because like I said earlier, the values of your 20s, those aren't the same things you care about in your 40s. So you may still have that line item in your budget because it mattered to you in your 20s. So now it's about going and spending the time to go, who am I now? What do I care about? Am I spending money on things that reflect 20-year-old me or 40-year-old me? And when you do that, you can find the money a lot easier. Another thing is something that Erica talked about is putting yourself on your calendar, making yourself a non-negotiable space for joy, for love, for self-care, whatever it is. And then the other thing is start building a toolbox. I'm a neurodivergent, so my hobbies, the things that light me up change all the time. There is no one thing. I could be into crocheting for 2 days, and then the next thing I want to do painting or whatever it is, right? And so I have to have like a toolbox of options. And one thing that I do with my family, for example, is we have our family meetings. I have an actual family meeting worksheet, and we go through it to talk about, you know, our day and how we're feeling, and warm up the conversation to even talk about money, to figure out what's important to them budget wise. So again, we're not wasting money on food that nobody's eating, so we could free up money for things that we truly enjoy. But then there's a part where we do the family fun activity. And so I have these two little containers, and they have popsicle sticks in them, and everybody's contributed the same amount of popsicle stick ideas in there. And the instruction is for everybody to put a free or cheap activity in on the popsicle stick. And then we have the family fun jar, which is how we raise money for the not free activities. But again, they're always still really cheap. And so each week after we have our family meeting, at the end of the week, somebody picks a popsicle stick out of the jar. And what we love about that is there's the excitement of just not knowing what we're going to do for fun this week. And that in itself is inherently fun. But it also allows you to make sure that everybody's idea of fun gets done, because everybody knows that their popsicle stick is eventually going to get picked. So it forces them to be more participatory of somebody else's idea of fun, because they want them to want to do what they want to do for fun. And you may discover that you like other things. You may discover that you don't, but you feel appreciated that your family and your loved one actually did something that you enjoy for once, instead of doing the same boring thing. And then you're more likely to do the same for them. And then it creates this ecosystem of joy. And then we just reset it. Once we've gone through all the popsicle sticks, we reset it as a family. That's something that you can do when you're trying to think of not just fun for yourself, but everybody, but definitely for yourself. Just spend some time getting to know you. What lights you up? What makes you feel really good? Because if it's just like, I enjoy being around my friends, it doesn't have to be brunch where you spend $50 to $100 to do that. It can be a picnic at the park where y'all just bring a little, you know, some sparkling cider or some wine, whatever you're into, or y'all sit down at the park and just have a girls' day out. Like it, but you got to know that's what lights me up, is when I'm around my friends or whatever it is.
That's good.
I have to agree, Coach B.
That's good.
No, I do. Because it's nothing like when you ask somebody, what do you like, and they can't respond.
Right.
I feel like because you haven't spent time with yourself to discover what it is that I like. What is my favorite food? What is my favorite color? What is my favorite movie? Like, if you don't spend time with yourself before entering any type of relationship, it's hard to do that. So I like that idea of just the popsicle. So
imagine how much money you're wasting just not knowing. I had a client once who had saved up all this money to go on vacation with her family. And at the last minute, an unexpected expense popped up, and it ate up a lot of the money they had planned for the vacation. And she was feeling a little discouraged because she had worked so hard to reach this goal. And so I took a step back and said, let me ask you a question. When you wanted to go on vacation, what was the reason why? Why did you want to go on this vacation? She was like, well, because I know if I don't get away, if I take a vacation close to the house, I'm not going to really vacate. So I know I needed to get out of the state to be able to truly relax. Okay, great. And why was that so important for you to get away and truly relax? And well, because I just want to have fun. Why was this important? Because I wanted to bond with my family. Okay, so now we're at the root of what you truly wanted. Because most of the time, the answer to what you want isn't in that first why. It's like 3 whys down. Like why and why did that and why is that? So when we got to it, it's like bonding was the most important. Now I could ask some really important questions like, okay, so what makes your spouse feel like you're bonding with them? When they think of bonding, what does that mean to them? What about your kids? And as we like interrogated that question, she realized that bonding for them was like playing games, like really intimate things. They don't even like amusement parks. And so this idea that because I'm going to Florida, I've got to go down here and buy Universal tickets and da 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 da. And she quickly realized, like, oh my gosh, how many thousands of dollars did I save just taking the time to explore why were we doing this in the first place? Can I create an entire bonding experience that's truly meaningful to my husband and to my kids? Forget about the price. Let's just figure out, can I create a bonding experience? And then you can save the money for the things that are actually needed to enhance that bonding experience. And it doesn't have to be because I'm here, I'm spending all the money on all the things that's normally in this place. So yeah.
Awesome. And I think knowing your why and understanding what you love and what you like, it falls into different areas of your life. Because some people are on jobs that they hate because they never discovered their why. or what they like or what they enjoy. And they have it's a whole career out here that you can be loving and doing at the same time, and not understanding like what makes you tick, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. And then getting into bad relationships because you don't understand who you are or what you even like or what you even care about. And you over here with Big Bubba and you like little Jimmy. And you got a better relationship with little Jimmy because y'all you bond over different things, and you over here looking at Bubba like, why am I here? And you just want to make so understanding who you are, what you like, and what you don't like, what you will tolerate, what you can't tolerate, what's a non-negotiable for you. Those things really do matter, and it's not even just in relationships, but friendships, occupation, all the things that even in your family, who are you outside of your family? That's one of the things that I like to talk about with, my, I guess, clients, you want to call them, is who are you without your outside of the identity of your family? I'm Joyce and Frank's daughter, but who am I? Who am I? And that's really important to me. Even outside of being Zariah's mom or Leroy's wife, who is Akira? And trying to always make sure that I take care of her. Outside of all of my titles, I need to make sure that I take care of her, because if I don't know what I like, if I don't know what I want, if I'm inundated with all these different things about what everybody else likes, and I forget about me, after a while, I'm not going to like me. And then I'm not going to like them. And it's just a whole cycle of madness. And I've just wasted something that I can't get back, and that's time. But yeah. But speaking on this thing of what we like and we don't like, we're going to play a little game called This or That. And our guests that are on, you can put it in the chat as well to join us. But let's start. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea.
I love the taste of coffee, but it's with the ADHD, it's a little. I chai tea, very specifically.
Okay. Working from home. If we work virtually, working from home or working from or working in the office.
Office.
I used to think working from home, but body doubling is important to productivity, I've learned. And while I like to be isolated in the workplace, like I like to go to work, but be in my own space, if that makes sense.
Right.
And so, yeah, I would have to say I love the flexibility of working from home, but I will create a work in the office environment in a heartbeat. I was at Starbucks yesterday. So work from home-ish.
Yes.
I'm going to start calling it that. Yeah, I'm going to start calling it that.
I second that. Yeah, I could pull up into a Panera's and be absolutely okay. It doesn't have to be with the normal workforce.
Yes.
But I love the flexibility of being able to work from home or go into the office. Sometimes going into the office can be draining, though.
It could.
Like you don't realize how your commute and things like that. When COVID hit, I was upset. I was like, oh my God, I'm home, right? I want to go into the office. But sometimes going to the office, being in that space, depending on who you're in a space with, can be draining. So I'll take a Panera.
And getting dressed up too. Having to throw on the work attire. Yeah. That's why I work from home-ish, because I still want the convenience of working from home. I don't want to have to talk to Jan specifically. I don't want to have
exactly.
Absolutely. Planning everything or going with the flow?
Planning. I'm gonna say planning, because I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but my mind is all over the place. Like I know what I want, but if I don't plan it out step by step, it's gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and say plan.
It must be the divergence and the neurodivergence in me that just cannot ever just choose one or the other. Because I am naturally maybe this is the Aquarius in me, spontaneous. and need
Yeah.
to have freedom to do what I want, but I also am really anxious and overwhelmed by not knowing things.
Yes.
So like even for this, I was like, what questions are you asking?
Right.
I just need, my brain needs the sense of safety, like a general framework. Like I might not follow the plan, but can I have a plan?
Right.
You know what? You're right.
Absolutely.
You're right.
I'm going with the flow. I'm okay with, I mean, again, planning to a certain extent, but having that freedom, if it doesn't go that way, it's okay. It's okay.
Maybe I just want something to violate. Maybe I want the rules.
So you can not do one or two of them. Yeah.
It's like a recipe. I never actually, I look, but I'm always add a
it's knowing, like you said, you got to know it in order to know what you're not going to do.
But give me the framework. I want to see what you thought I should do.
I'm gonna say, I mean, I think most people know I'm a planner. Yeah. I am a big planner. Majority down to the T. However, I do enjoy a hands-off approach. I do enjoy a little time of just like, somebody else do it. I don't have to do it all the time. But majority of the time I'm the planner. I'm like, okay, we gotta do this. I don't like, oh, let's do this, and then crickets. I'm like, baby, you done got my wheels turning, and now I'm ready to go, and you over here is like, oh, well, maybe. Let's go. What's the date? What's the time? Where are we going? And it's like, you can still plan it. I just need to know, is this an emotion or not? You can't give me an idea. I say, okay, and then you just leave me to hang. I'm in stress over here. I'm like, wait, are we going or we not going? And then when I'm like, well, I didn't pay for my ticket. I done got my flight. I got my outfit. We ready to go. And you just like, oh, I'm like, oh, Lord. But yes, but I am a planner. However, I do enjoy kind of just sitting back and letting people just do what they do. But it does stress me out when people give me plans, when they say, oh, let's do this, but then they don't follow through. That itches me.
Y'all got my stomach turning. I'm not gonna lie. Like I get, some people, letting some people rock, like letting it go. But at the same time, I work. Like producing is my thing, just working. So if I just go, oh, they'll take care of it and it don't get done, I am upset. Like, wait a minute. Because I feel like part of it, I needed control with part of it. Like I needed to know.
So it's still an expectation there that it will be completed from their end once you give it to them.
Yeah. Vacation or staycation?
Vacation.
It depends. I think you need both.
I don't know, sis. Let me tell you why
I don't have a problem booking me a hotel that's a couple of miles away, but I also know that you need to come away from your environment too.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I'm about 3/4 vacation, but I do like you said, sometimes the vacation can be so draining that you need a vacation from the vacation. And so I don't feel like having that much wear. I just need a shift just temporarily. So I will create the illusion that I'm somewhere. I will go to Virginia Beach. Like I don't live in the city of Virginia Beach. And you cannot tell me I'm not in Punta Cana somewhere. I'm in a whole nother place. Like I will fully go into, I am not here. I'm in another place. I'll do that in the middle of a work day in the summertime. But a vacation is really important to me because I value, and this goes back to values, understanding what you value. I value adventure. I value experiences. I value food.
Yes.
Food. And I need to try food in different places. Like I need the cuisines. Like, you know what I mean? So I think of vacation because I feel like it's the most important way to learn. Because America has a tendency to kind of skew what the experiences are like in other places. And so until you fully immerse yourself in there. So I just, based on my values, like, get me up out of here. I want to get up out of here right now. Not because of vacation. I just
want to go.
This administration.
I've actually talked to Christina about this. I've talked to Christina about this. I think I talked to Erica about this too. I'm looking to do day trips, and not day trips in New Jersey, but getting on a plane and going somewhere for the day and then flying my happy tail back.
That's a whole new vibe now, though. When
I
people
did
are
it to
doing
Atlanta.
day
I did it for
trips.
Atlanta. I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, it was like 4. Got to the airport, first flight out. Went to Atlanta for the whole day. Had a whole experience. Had fun. Went to go eat. Saw all my friends at that night. Went back, got on the plane, and I came home. And I was home by that night. And I felt like that was so much fun. Yeah. And so I'm like that's gonna be my new thing. So if you see me, I'm like, Coach B, I'm in VA for the day.
I love that. Listen, I love that for you. I can't see myself. It's so much mental labor to go to the, like, I don't even want to go visit my mama for a day. Like, if I get up and drive all the way here, I'm spending the night. I'm not coming home. I'm just not doing it.
You can do a 24-hour.
I don't know if it's my age and it's just a day trip standing in TSA lines right now with their low FAA employees.
Yes.
And these high gas prices, these plane flights.
You got a point with that, with the FAA part. Yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm on standby. I'm on hold with the trip because I'm not doing that because that's my whole trip. I'm done. Like, where did you go? To the airport. And that's it. But
you could get on the train too. You could go to Washington D.C. and have a good time and come back, and it's
but
not
it was only
that
a
$20
trip. $20 on the train. I was like $20.
Yeah, that's legit. If you get early in advance,
that's what
taking
I'm talking
Coach B concepts into play. If you schedule it out early enough and saying like this is what I want to do, you can get a round trip train ticket for about $45.
Yep. And I was and DC is like my third home right now. I'm in love with DC, Maryland area. I really am. It's like my third. Atlanta's of course my second, but DC has become my in my top 3. I'm like, oh, this is I can do this.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I think it's if the travel is part of the experience. Like, I know if I'm traveling like with my sisters, I'm more likely to not mind a day trip because the commute there, the laughter, the banter on the way there is part of the experience, and it kind of takes my mind away from the fact that I've been in line or waiting for a really long time. So I think it kind of depends on if I'm traveling by myself or not.
That's going to my next this or that: solo trip or group trip.
I have always wanted to do a solo trip, but I haven't found the courage to do like a true solo trip by myself. There's just a lot of anxiety of I have a phobia of being lost, like literally in my own city. I'll have anxiety if my GPS don't work. So I would love to be able to do that, but I don't know.
I have like planned here. We talking about planning. I have planned like a solo trip. Like I was like, oh, I'm going down to San Francisco. I'm going to the White, but I planned it. But just like you saying, the thought of being alone doing it, I was like, I don't know. I couldn't take that step. But I traveled on business by myself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why can't I do that thing for me by myself if I travel on business by myself?
Yeah, that's where I'm almost like Coach B now. I'm kind of confused because for work last year I traveled maybe 6 months by myself, but I was going to a work setting where it was like, I was with coworkers. So I don't know if that's necessarily a solo trip. But I could have done, I did that. That was easy. That wasn't hard. But if we're talking staycation, I can do that.
Like personal.
Yeah. Like Jersey all day. I'll go off to the spa or Atlantic City or something like that by myself. I've actually, I might be proving myself wrong. Last year, Kira killed me. In the middle of the night, I drove to Virginia just to go to the spa, the King Spa in Virginia, randomly. And I went by myself, and it wasn't bad. I just can't see me doing it often. So maybe both. I'll
do both. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do both.
Okay. I feel like I like company. Like, even if I were a solo traveler, I feel like a lot of solo travelers, they may be physically getting there by themselves, but they're building community in advance and they're meeting up with somebody. So they're kind of not. I feel like at best case scenario, I would want to do something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I got to be friends with a tour guide or something like.
Yeah. I agree.
Because who I'm gonna tell this food is delicious too.
Right. You
somebody gotta know.
True.
And not just the pictures I took for social media. Like I need to have this conversation with somebody.
I was gonna say, plus we need a Christina in the room because who's gonna take the picture?
Yes.
I got
the group bring different dynamics to the trip.
Yeah. So next this or that would be going out with friends or staying in with friends. You in?
I'm in. I like to stay in.
I'm gonna say out because I play too much sometimes. So the environment helps with like Let's come back to me.
I would say both. I'm a both. I don't mind staying in, especially if we got food. We got food at the house. We got libations at the house. Nice little fun game night. Or even we could just be sitting there watching TV or a movie. So I don't mind that. But I also do like to be able to say, oh, we were outside for a little while. It depends on the time. Nowadays, it depends on the time. Now, back in the day, time was what was time. It could be 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, we're going out. And now it's like 10 o'clock. I need to be in the bed or in the couch with my socks on and, just comfortable. But I'm a little bit of both. Like, I don't mind staying inside and chilling with friends, but I do like to go out every now and again.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of both for me, but more in. And that has less to do with the company as much as it has to do with me feeling like getting out of the house. Like, that's half the battle. Once I'm out, I always tell my sister, she always make me celebrate my birthday. And I'm always like, I'm so glad you be dragging me out every year because I'm having a good time. But I almost canceled on y'all. On my birthday this year, I was like, I saw it was raining. I was like, that's a good excuse. I was like, let me do it. Shit, I'm glad I didn't because it ended up being like a surprise, like brunch. I thought it was just gonna be me and her. So I was like, girl, I almost canceled on you, but I'm glad when they get me out of the house. But for the most part, I just don't be feeling like I gotta put on clothes now and look like something and hair. So many steps. Y'all want to come over here?
I think I'm gonna stick with out. I'm more of an out person. Even in the summer, I'm just outside. I'm not really in the house. I'm gonna stick with out. Okay. There's something about outside that just does it for me.
Right. And last this or that, learning from mentors to other people or learning from your own experiences.
Mentor me. Why do I gotta learn it the hard way if I don't have to? I didn't get in credit card trouble because I watched my sister. I remember my sister getting her very first credit card. My sister's 8 years older than me, so I had a little bit of time to learn. And I remember coming home and being like, I got a Stearns credit card. They gave me a credit card. And so she was so excited. And then she was like, they just let you use the card and like you could just buy stuff. I remember this very clearly. And then I remember it a couple months later, and she was like, they need me to pay it back. Like, she was so confused that like she's 18 years old and she's trying to understand like what. And that marker for me was all I needed to know. I didn't need to learn the hard way about you do it first. I will happily pay for your pain versus my pain. Every day of the week. Why do I have to struggle and suffer when I absolutely don't have to? But I do think that when you experience things, the lessons stick longer. So what you do go through, I feel like it sticks a little bit longer, but you could also be exposing yourself to unnecessary trauma, which requires a different level of healing, whether it's in your business or in life. So yeah, I value mentorship so bad.
I think mentorship, definitely, I would choose mentorship. I think it's necessary, kind of like you're saying, Coach B, like some things we don't have to go through or grow through, right? If you had that person that can kind of give you a little bit of that roadmap to help you navigate that space. I think like hand me the roadmap.
Yeah.
And then let me see what I can do with the roadmap. Because
Yeah,
I may be a
yeah,
mentor for the next person coming up, right? So
yeah,
I may be able to go further with even what you're giving me.
yeah.
Mentor.
I'll take mentor as well. Even though with some things I prefer like a life lesson, mentor is still definitely it. You know how your parents say you don't appreciate that because you ain't paid for it.
Mm.
What? Yeah, that's where I am. Like you don't appreciate certain things, excuse me, because you didn't have to work hard for it. So some stuff, mentorship for real. But then, so I'll say I'm about 80% mentor, 20 life lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mentor kind of person. I'm gonna watch you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see what you go at. How that work out for you? Oh, it did work
Yeah.
out too well. Okay, I don't think I want to do that. I've always been that way. Being the middle child of two brothers, it just like ping pong and like, oh, you did that. Oh, that's and look at. Oh, you did that. Oh, that's a no. I'm gonna sit right here in the middle. Like, why didn't you get? Because I watched y'all. What you
Right,
mean?
right.
Like, why was I gonna put myself in that situation and I saw how it turned out for you? So I
Yeah.
think I had early lessons of either you gonna be from the show me state or you gonna be from the, you watch and see everybody else and you live to tell the story. So I'm gonna live to tell the story of what happened to you in this situation. I'm sorry it happened. I hope you learned your lesson. I learned your lesson for you.
Right.
If you didn't, if you need to, figure out what happened, I can tell you step by step where you went wrong. But no, I'm definitely no. I need a mentor. I need someone to show me because I'd rather have the information, someone be able to, guide me through the process versus, I'm sitting here falling. I'd have fell already. It hurt. I don't like it. So somebody before I eat, like I'm like, which way, left, right? Yeah, I need that. I need that guidance because I done fell already and I don't like the way it feels. So I don't want to fall no more.
You know what? I think a good assessment of whether or not you are or aren't is like if you're the kind of person who looks up a YouTube video to figure out how to do something, or if you just throw your hands, just try to assemble it without.
It'll let you know what side you want.
That was me the other day. Trying to fix my car. I took my husband out there to do it, and I was like, he's taking too long. So okay, I'm out there. He's like, what? He's like, this part came off. It's supposed to come off, but I don't know how to put it back. I was like, here you go.
YouTube University.
That was his mentor.
Yes. And then the other day, and this is why I need a mentor or I need support because the other day I was like, I just need to reset my oil light in my car. And I was pressing buttons. I was like, I remember how to do this. I watched it already. And I went and I reset the whole thing. I said, my dashboard don't look the same. What did I press? And I was like, see, this is why I should have went to with YouTube first. And I had to go back to YouTube to figure it out again because I was like, nope. I had to reset. I said, now I got to figure out what I did to undo it so that I could get my whole dashboard to look the same. Now I don't even look the same. I can't even see what song playing on the radio no more. I can't see my mind, like how fast I'm going. Like it's just like you see it just going up. I'm like, where the numbers? I can't see that when I'm going fast. So now I got to go and reset my whole car because I didn't go to YouTube University first.
That's what experience be looking like sometimes, though, right there.
Exactly. Now I gotta go back 10 steps because I done jacked up the first 5. No. Give me a whole mentor. Thank you. I'm out. Yeah. All right. So as we're wrapping it up, I want to just ask one final question to everybody. What, or not what, but who do you need in your circle to keep you going? What does your circle look like?
That's good. That's a good question.
Who do you need in your circle, or what do you need in your circle to help you to keep going day to day and support you? Not your business, but you.
For me, I know for sure I need God. I have experienced life without him, and not in a super religious way, in a I am not alone in this world. There's so many times in life where the people who are your people, they just simply can't pick up. It's 2 a.m.
Mhm.
And I need somebody who I could be my whole self with, because for so often we're masking ourselves around certain people. Even the people who know us well still don't know us fully. They don't know all the thoughts that we have. And it's just no reason for me to pretend that I'm any less ratchet than I am with God, because he hears me. He hears my inner voice. And so I
Mm-hmm.
feel like with God, I can just ask the question and just be real with who where I am, um and ask him to just do life with me. So I know like that's definitely um I think my family, I'm so fortunate to have, I thought it was very normal for people to have like really close family. But I always say like, I mean, I have best friends, I do. But if I didn't have best friends, I'd be all right, because my sisters are for real my best friends. Like, I can't do life without them. We text and chat and Marco Polo all day. Like, we got 15 group chats, and I just don't want to do life without them. They are funny, and they see me. Um, my VA, my virtual assistant, I don't know why I was trying to do business with. Oh, Jesus Christ. As soon as you can get one, get one. Man, take some of the pressure off of you so you could just live in your zone of genius and give the stuff you don't like to somebody else. Like, so you can really thrive. I feel like my therapist, I wish she thinks she been telling me since we started working together in 2020 that she was gonna retire in 2 years. It's been 6 years. What she think she gonna retire. My therapist. Um, so yeah, my family. Um, oh, I feel like having community in whatever it is that you're trying to work towards. I think it's important to have people who are on the same journey as you. Like, being in a community of other financial coaches, it's not enough to be in a community of other entrepreneurs, and that helps. But somebody who understands specifically what you're dealing with, and that's why I think like I like, in a way, the working at work, because your coworkers understand the pain points of the exact thing that you're going through, and that helps. That's helpful. So I think like building a community around whatever it is that you're dealing with, whether it's a physical illness, if you're dealing with like lupus, having a community of people who understand that experience, because it will mess with your mind to be isolated in your problem.
Mm-hmm.
When you feel like you're the only person experiencing it, very niche things. So I feel like that's the thing, is being intentional about looking to make sure that I've built community around whatever I'm struggling with, and that can change. Having God on my team, having my family as an anchor, and having a virtual assistant in my business. I feel like those are my therapists, and those are my non-negotiables. Like, I gotta have those things.
That's good. For me, God is uh, a given. Every night I end my prayers with, I will not live this life without you. So um God is first. And then after that, I think for me, I need to let me start here. What my girls represent to me is community, right? We all have our own different unique things about us. And that's what makes us a special group of people. So we have um different levels, but at the same time, the same understanding of where we're going. But I also think it's important to have someone that you are aspiring to, not, I don't want to say be like, or at a higher level than where you are. So that way you have a goal to obtain, to say, and they're teachable to you, you're learning from them, etc. I think that's a good person or thing to have. Also, I think it's important to have people around you that understand you, right? Like Coach B said, people where you can just be yourself freely around, where you don't have to pretend this is me where I am, or this is not who I am, but you come with your whole self, right? And if you don't have those people that you can be your whole self with around you, you may need to do some rearranging. But for me, that's it. So I'm gonna go with God, a community of people on all different levels, but the same understanding, and someone that is, I'll say, is that a mentor where you want to say someone that's a little bit above you where you can teach and learn from, etc.? that's good to me right there.
Well, God is the center. The
Amen.
joy of the Lord is my strength. So I need
Amen.
God. Okay.
Amen.
Definitely God is the center. I I thrive in community. Like I am a
Mhm.
community driven person. I'm a connector, right? Um, so being in relationship with people, so whether that's my family, whether that's my sister friends,
Mhm.
whether that's my sister cousins, you know, like I thrive in community, but not just any communities, a community that's going to keep me grounded,
Yeah.
a community that celebrates with me and I celebrate with
Mhm.
them,
Mhm.
um, a community that respects my boundaries. I need that because if I don't text you after a certain time, it's okay. A community where we understand each other, that I may not show up to all the things and you may not show up to all the things. That doesn't mean we're not friends, right? So just for us to have that understanding, I think that's necessary. Um, I also understand that for me in this community, it's not always day ones or people you started off with. I could meet somebody, um, met somebody 3 months ago, and our connection has brought us together. If we're pouring into each other, then I'm okay with that. So understanding that that community doesn't have to be people that I knew a long time ago, right? That we could build from here, and long as we're pouring into one another and we're not withdrawing, that's fine with me. So that's what I need.
Awesome. For me, I would say, of course, I need God. I've definitely tried seasons without him, and he just be sitting there looking at me like this, like
Mm-hmm.
you're like, oh, you ready to talk again? Okay, we I was always here, but you be just sitting there looking at me like this, and I'm trying to avoid him at all costs, and he just like, what you thought you was going to do. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, God is definitely someone that I can't live without. Um, in the good times and in the bad times, like you just there and you be like, let me tell you what happened. And
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, oh, tell me, even though he already know. But it's just so excited to be, like, let me tell like you said, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and stuff be happening. And you get that email, like, dang, you be like, you that dude. And he's like,
Mhm.
I know. But yes, God, absolutely. You just need that connection, that relationship, because it's not just a thing or a person, but it's a relationship that you have with something beyond who you are, beyond your wildest dreams, beyond your wildest imagination. That's rooting for you all the time. Um, I definitely need my family. Um, they just allow me to. That's Kira. That's just Kira. Um, Friends are very important to me, especially those that understand that, that I think all of my friends just understand how I am. And it's just like, allow me to be who I am. Just allow me to be
Mm-hmm.
free and spontaneous and silly and just all the things. And then also encouraging. Also, I'm able to call you to get that sound advice or say, am I wrong? Did I, was it me? Or, just be able to be that sounding board
Yeah.
for me. I need mentees. I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
I need mentees because that keeps me on the
Perfect.
straight and narrow. That keeps me like, oh girl, they watch it, and
Yeah.
I didn't realize I needed that until it was a couple of months ago. Somebody came to me, younger than me, was like, I really admire what you're doing, and I'm like, what am I doing? And they're like, you became your own boss. You left the 9 to 5. I'm like, I don't think you understand the struggle. This was not something. This was you in the deep end, baby, swim. It wasn't a matter of, oh, I'm gonna do this and no. It was just like push. Like I got thrown off of the boat of the pirate ship, and now I'm in the ocean, just like women. But I need those mentees to help me stay focused and continue to remember my why. I
Mm.
need them to help me continue why I'm here, why I do what I do, why to keep going, why to push, even in those days where it's just like, I can't do this no more. And then the Lord will send the mentee my way and be like, so when you did this or when you did this, or let me, and it's just like, wow, and mentees don't even have to be young, but because I've had some older mentees and I've had some mentees my age. It's just people that are around you to help you stay focused and grounded, even when times are rough or hard. And, everything else that you're trying is just not working. God will send a sound little voice to you to say, you're doing the right thing. Keep up the good work. We're here for you. We see you. I need me.
Come on.
I need me. Because I can't do anything. If I'm not well, what is this for? None of this works if I'm not well. None of this can happen if I'm not well. And I'm getting back to that. I'm getting back to learning that I need me. For a minute, I was lost. It was, all the things, just all the things, trying to pick up the pieces, and this fell, that fell, life happening. And I forgot about me. And then it's like, well, and then it's just like, I can't get out the bed. I can't do this. I can't do that. Like, I know I need to do this, but I just don't have it. And it's just like, who are you? So I need me. I need to make sure that me good. And I know that's not proper English, but me good over here. Yeah. And I have my Issa Rae moments where I'm in the mirror and I'm having a one-on-one conversation, like, girl, you did that. Or, girl, don't be scared. Like, you can do this. Like, encouraging myself and motivating myself. And it tickles me. I was in Erica when we went to New Jersey Summit, Nurture Summit. Out of, what was it, 60 tables in this ballroom with over 400 people in this room. I'm in row 2, 2 tables away from the governor's wife. And then all in front of me are all these CEOs and, and decision makers of these different organizations. And I'm like,
she was in the VIP section.
Right. I'm like, why am I not in the back of the room? Like my little bitty old, my little old self and and God is like, no, you big, girl.
Yes.
You big. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, I need to go talk to her. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. And then me and Issa Rae, we had an Issa Rae moment. Like, what you mean you can't do that? Who she thinks she is? She ain't nobody compared to you. And I'm having this conversation sitting here in this big old room with all these people by myself. And I know the people at my table are probably like, this introvert, she ain't got no business, because I wasn't talking because I'm having this internal conversation with myself. Like, girl, you need to do that. Girl, you can't do that. Yes, you can. Who you think you are? You that girl. Like, but what if she say no? What if she say no? So I'm having this conversation like, you know what? I am that girl. Let me go do this. And I went to go talk to them. They're like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, and just forgetting who I was. And it was like, I need me. I make this happen. I make my world go round. And so those are the things I need.
Yes, you are that girl. Look, you have us here today because you're that girl.
Yes. Y'all made me want to edit my list, because everything that I didn't say that y'all said need to go on that list too. Every single one, y'all.
I know this is collaborative.
Yeah.
This everybody list. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. But any final takeaways from today? Anything that you want to leave with the people? We're going to end with, your how we can reach you and things like that. But any final takeaways that you want to leave for somebody that says, who should be in my circle? Why do I need a circle? Or, all the things. Anything that you want to do, like a final takeaway. Besides my dog barking in the background.
Well, I would say I named my business the Partum Tribe, because I understand we are not meant to do this alone. We need a tribe, right? And we are able to say who's a part of our tribe. And it does not have to be blood related, because I think some people get tripped up by that, and they like, I don't have a tribe because I don't have like family. No, but you can create your tribe. Right. Don't be afraid to get to know people. Sometimes we have trauma where we don't trust, but how do we open up enough to be able to have discernment to begin to trust and build your tribe. We can't, this is not meant to be done alone. So build your tribe, I would say.
Yeah, I'll say you're more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
Your gifts will make room for you.
Mm-hmm.
And as Erica just said, I was about to say Sister Erica, Jesus, we in church.
Come on, sis.
As Erica just said, building community, whether it's in your friendships or whether it's in business, you're networking, you want to get out and get to know people, other businesses, and connect. If it's personal relationship, start tearing away at those traumas and those generational curses, and keep growth in mind and community in mind. And I'll end again with how I started. You are more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I think, gosh, just so much. First, I'm just sitting here thinking about like what my answers were to a lot of these questions, and I can see that I have been incredibly consistent with my preference to not do life alone. From choosing to be work at home ish because I prefer to be around other people, to going on vacations with other people, to that life is just easier in relationship. Um, and I mean, like, just the fact that the list kept getting longer of who I can't do life without. It's just life is just so much easier in relationship, and we don't have to make it harder than it has to be. And it is more enjoyable in relationship. I also think that there is so much value in collaboration. We often think of other people as competition. We're groomed to have that thought process. People who are in your industry, when it's so much better to think about, like, there's impossible for you to serve everybody that you ever wanted to serve. It's not enough time in the day. So everybody else is just help. You need each other to be able to serve the world. If you truly care about the whole world, you need everybody. Hey, all hands on deck. So to build relationship with people who are doing the same kind of work as you, and don't be afraid to collaborate and share ideas. I have to say to you, thank you. I'm gonna say to you, like I say to my sister, thank you for making me come outside on my birthday. Thank you for making me come outside on a Saturday morning and do this conversation, because I have enjoyed it in the same way that I enjoy my sister dragging me outside on the weekend. I building relationship, building friendship is so hard later in life to build friendships, because you're not in these forced social settings like work and church and school, which is usually where you build the deep relationships. As you get older and you're not in these forced social settings, especially if you're working from home, you don't have an opportunity to really get to know women and find your community. And so thank you for having this conversation, because it allowed me to get to know y'all. And I intend to get to know y'all and follow y'all on y'all platforms. And then the last thing, oh, ADHD brain, don't make it go away, because this was an important point. Oh, the last point was to do the root work. My business, Young, Rich, and Rooted, is deeply rooted in understanding the whys of things, so that you have the healthiest experience possible, so that you feel grounded in your decisions, grounded in your yeses, grounded in your nos, unshaken by other people's no's, because you understand that what is for you is for you. And God, nobody can close no door that God has opened for you. And I think like that allows you to have peace in the experience, including peace in your solitude, when you can't have companionship, when God has intentionally isolated you for you to be able to heal and gain understanding and only hear from him. And so, yeah, get to the root of why you're here on earth.
That's good.
Absolutely. My final takeaway will be intentional with your life. In these years of 40, I'm very intentional about every day, about making sure that the dash between my birth and my death means something more than just I was here. That I leave a footprint. So be intentional about your everyday. Also, make an effort to do something different, or learn something different, or surround yourself with something different. Be intentional about that, because if you get stuck in this hamster wheel of I only like this thing, I only like cheese pizza on Fridays, you'll never see the world beyond that. And then you get stuck like some of these older generation of this is how it has to be done. When in actuality, it doesn't. There's a world of possibilities and opportunities. They're just waiting for you to say, yes, let me try.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. In everything, there's a lesson. I say there's no losses, there are lessons. No, you might not have passed this class this semester, but what did you learn from the experience? So I don't take L's, I take lessons. And make sure you surround yourself with people that you can take the mask off with. Oof. Make sure that you don't have to wear a mask around the people that you care about, that care about you. So that way, on your good days and on your bad days, they still love you the same. They still love you the same. And they're here for your shenanigans.
All of it.
You need somebody that's going to be here for your shenanigans now.
Yes, because I'm a shenan and I'm a shenanigan. I'm always here for a good.
Yep.
When I call and say, "Hey, what you do?" They're like, what you got going?"
Yeah. Count me in.
Right, exactly.
Like, sounds like a bad idea. What time should I show up?
Right.
Right. But I also just want to tell you guys why you're important and why I feel like you are in my circle and why I asked you to be on here today. Erica, the day your mother introduced us at our church's Black Business Expo. Erica's mother was like, you do birth education. She was like, well, why do I do postpartum stuff? She said, let me show you who she is.
That is true.
And that's how I met Erica. And because we were like-minded kindred spirits and we had something in common, it just kind of grew from there. A relationship grew from just one simple thing of a simple concern of care or compassion about a world problem. And a relationship grew from there. And you need those people that, like you said, that we've said already, that understands where you are, what the business is that you're in, and to help you kind of figure it out when there is no other tools or experiences around. So that's why Erica's in my circle, because she keep me going. She keep me in this fight of maternal health and support and all the things of birth work. And so that's why Erica's here, and she's always down for the get down. We in these streets together. We go from the boardroom to the club, and we good.
I have to say, even though we share this like-mindedness around maternal health, it's not a competitive space, right? I'm always sending Akira like, go for this grant. Like, are you attending this conference? I think that's important. It's not a competition. Once you grow, I'm growing with you. And if I grow, you growing with me. So I think that's important.
Absolutely. Christina Ross. I met Christina through church. Not our church now, but a church that she attended. And it was actually, we bonded over drinks. We were at a birthday celebration for a mutual friend at the time.
We did.
And everybody was, from church. So everybody went to the same church or, was affiliated with church. And then the guy came to take the order and said, what does everybody order for drinks? And everybody said, oh, let me get a soda, or let me get just a water with a lime. And I was like, can I have a margarita with a sugar rim, please? Christina was sitting across from me and goes, oh, that's what we doing? I was like, what am I frying for? We are at a Mexican restaurant. I'm not getting no water. Give me my margarita.
Yeah.
I came for the Texas-sized margarita.
It's true. It's true.
And we've just been ever since just connecting and clicking. And we would see each other all the time. And then I think I did a Christmas production, and I was like, I knew she did media, and I was just like, I need your support. I need your help with putting this together. And we just been together ever since.
Riding ever since.
Yes, we bonded over drinks.
We bonded over drinks. That setting. So the setting, though, it was mainly like church people, and it was really my first church outing. So I was like, I don't know what I should order. I hear them order drinks and soda and water, and Kira goes with the margarita. I was like, let me
That's your
get one
person.
too.
And
Yeah.
after that, everybody else was like, well, let me get a margarita and let me get a mojito. I'm
took Kira
like,
to warm
all
it
it
up.
took was one person.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm just being me. I'm not coming to a Mexican restaurant with good margaritas and not get me a margarita. Are you kidding? I just got off work. I need a drink, okay? And I ain't talking about a club soda. Like,
You living your truth, right?
I tell my mama all the time, it's communion juice.
That's it.
She said as often, but we
as often.
Yes. And Coach B, I was looking for some financial help. I was just like, I need some help. I need somebody to make my money make sense, because right now it doesn't make sense. What am I doing with my money? And it was just like the other day I was just like, well, it just disappeared. And I'm like, I had it and then it was gone. And I'm like, I can't explain or account for where my money went. And then I think a mutual friend introduced like, hey, my friend, she does financial coaching. I was like, okay. And ever since then, I'm just like, she's keeping my money together. She's helping me to understand where my money going, because I didn't. And because of her, I was able to introduce so many other people to who she was. Because they was like, well, how I can't do this. I was like, call Coach B. Here's her information. And because you need to know, and you got to get this type of account, and you need the bucket system, and you need a planner, and you need to be able to track your money and give it a voice and do these things. Like, I was using all the language and the lingo. Like, I'm not going to be budgeting. I'm like, I want to go on trips. We going together, because you going to have to budget the money going this trip with me. I ain't going by myself. But and so I'm like, I need her in my circle. I need to be able to rely on and help to have somebody that knows more than me to help this life make sense, so that I can live the life that I want to live. And so that's where Coach V came in at. And I'm like, she stuck with me forever.
I'm like the therapist, right? You thought she was going to quit?
Love that.
Where you thought she was going?
I have enjoyed getting to know you. I'm so grateful for, I don't know if it was Keisha or Najia who
I think it was Keisha
said, okay. But I knew it was somebody that I knew from childhood who sent you my way. But it has been a pleasure to know you. It has been a pleasure to watch you bloom and grow beyond. Just to hear that you still remember the language, you still know the seeds that were planted, that they're still there growing. But to see, like, you were contemplating starting this business towards the end of our time working together, and beginning to build on it, and to just see you just go full throttle, to not, like, just the confidence that you've had to move out there and go all the way in and do the work that you're doing, and now building more community to support other people. It has been a joy. And to see that I played even a tiny role in your ability to confidently stand and pursue your business because you feel safer in your personal finances, like, that is the most amazing thing to see.
Absolutely. And just being able to see you living in this space of, I'm my own boss. When I thought, I was like, I can't do this. I need I still have sometimes I'm like, I need a 9 to 5. I can't do this. And then I think of people like you that are out here just doing it and living your, I don't know if this is your dream, but living your passion.
It is.
Being able to have that freedom. And, people say, these are the days that you prayed for back in the day. And I can remember thinking like, wow, she's able to have her own business and, not rely on a 9 to 5 to get the job done. Like, wow, like, that's inspiring. Like, one day I want to be able to do that. And, even though I got pushed off the ledge and, swimming in deep waters, I'm living the prayer.
I got pushed in my beginning too. I didn't plan to go full time when I did, but 2020, the pandemic kind of bullied me right into it. And I just was like, I feel like God knew that I would hem and hawed. I would talk myself out of it. And he was like, she's the type of person that it's kind of like a man. Like, she's not going to quit him. I got to drag him out of her life because Right? It was like she'll always find a reason, and so I'm a bully her into this moment and force her to stand 10 toes down. And 6 years later, been outside of a corporate job, I'm grateful, and I'm so happy to see that you have found and God bullied you into it too, because you are where you belong and you are so needed.
Absolutely. And he keeps shutting doors. Even when I try
Yes,
to jump
I
back
love
into
that.
the corporate world, he'd be like, "Where you thought you was going? Didn't I tell you no?" And I'm still like, "Wait, let me just get and he's like,
Mhm.
what are you doing?"
Same, sis.
No.
Same. I be like, okay, I guess he don't want me to do this.
Right. Conversations I be having, I'm like, I didn't apply and they told me I'm overqualified. What you mean? I went to school for that's the degree they asked me for. And he like, no, that's not where you're supposed to be at. And I'm like,
I was going to do both of them. No.
Right. I can do both. And then he reminds me of, remember when you were trying to do both? You trying to burn two ends of the candle, and you couldn't. You just couldn't burn two ends of the candle. You were trying to do that. You were trying, and you couldn't. So I had to push you in uncomfortable waters in uncharted territory and say, "Sweat, I got a little buoy now, so we good." But because of the knowledge that you instilled in me and you gave me, I'm able to say, okay, this is where we are right now, and this is what I need to do in order to continue to thrive, to not even just survive, but to thrive. So yes, so I say thank you. Like I said, people always watching, so we never know what part of our lives people are just taking. They only see they don't see the struggle, but they see the outcome of it, or they see what they want for their lives. But yes, I want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you to all of you for just being who you are and where you are in your lives, because I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. How can we follow everybody? So let's start with Coach B. How can we follow you? Where are you?
I can be followed at Young, Rich, Rooted everywhere. YOUNGRICHROOTED on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. TikTok is still at Young Rich Rooted, but it'll probably come up Be the Budgeting Baddie. On LinkedIn, I'm Betty Lewis. I get my whole government's up there on LinkedIn, but everywhere else, I'm just at Young Rich Rooted. And you can visit me at www.youngrichrooted.com if you want to explore and see what my practice is all about. I have lots of resources. I just put up a free resource page, a few resource pages, one for low-cost resources, mental health resources, ADHD resources. I'm actively building that out now. And so if you need the support yourself, or you know somebody who needs the support, please go visit it. I post blogs regularly. Once a week. Working on building out my YouTube channel. Would mean a lot to me if y'all find me over on YouTube and follow me, subscribe, please. I'm working on building that out now. I'm at the beginning stages, but go ahead and follow me in advance. And I do one-on-one coaching, and I also do group coaching. My group coaching cohort only happens once a quarter. We just started the most recent quarter in February, so you've missed that one. But my next group cohort will be June 22nd. And so if you're interested in joining that cohort, send me a DM, let me know so I can make sure I get you on the wait list.
Awesome. And Erica.
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok platforms at the Partum Tribe, and on my website at www.thepartumtribe.com.
And do you have anything coming up?
I do. So Black Maternal Health Month is in April. So I will be sitting on the Shiloh panel discussion on April the 18th. I also am co-planning a coffee shop chat for Black Maternal Health Month, April the 23rd, I want to say. It's a Sunday. And also planning a mommy hike for May.
Awesome. And we can find all this information on your website, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. And Christina.
I am on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram as Real Ross Media. That's REEL, Ross, ROSS Media. Again, my business is new, so everything is still building, but go ahead and follow in advance because it's about to get real. Also, my website is iaoriginalbrand.com is where you'll find most things about Real Ross Media and merch included.
Awesome. And then of course my dog got something to say as we're ending. She just can't let me be great right now. For me, take care of you. Um, it's a lot going on. So let me think. Okay, for this month we have this Can We Talk virtual session, and it's going to be an annual thing where every March we will have a virtual session with different topics, different discussions around different topics. Last year was who's on your medical team, and then this year is who's in your circle. So and it because it's also Women's History Month, I needed to make sure that we knew that we had community amongst women. It's not always catty. It's not always what social media or reality TV will portray women to be like, but there's always community within women. For the month of April, I am co-hosting with Charlotte Baptist Church for their Black Maternal Health week, where we're doing a conversation supporting who's supporting mom. Also, I forgot in the month of March, I'll also be with Charlotte Baptist Church again for their social work day and giving out information about Take Care of You, as well as my other business, Flow IV Hydration and Wellness. For the month of April, I am doing a docu-series, which will air during Black Maternal Health Week, partnering with Real Ross Media, as well as Erica just realized that she's going to be on it too. This is today. And it'll be a docu-series of moms just going through what their birthing stories look like, what happened during their birthing process, and just telling the stories. These are things that are not out, and I wanted to make a very big impact on Black Maternal Health Week, telling Black mom stories of positive outcomes, not so much of a negative outcome of it resulted in this or that, but telling the positive outcomes of it, where it might not have been a great situation, but as of today, we're thriving, we're doing great. So I wanted to tell the positive stories of during Black Maternal Health. So look out for that. Every day there will be a story being told. Also in the month of May, I am having a more than a mother brunch. It's not just for moms. It is for anyone that has been inundated with titles and lost who they were. And we want to be able to give you that spark back, finding who she is, remembering her, reviving the woman within. And so that will be May the 18th. And we're partnering with Berkeley College to do that. And then I'm also in the month of May partnering with True Doulas in South Jersey for their teaching classes, to teaching their birth workers on supporting the mom. So those are the things right now for this quarter. There's some other things coming down the pike, which I'm excited about as well. And you can follow me on social media. Instagram is Take Care of You. Facebook is Take Care of You. Our website is www.takecareofyoullc.com. And our tagline is, while you take care of baby, continue to let us take care of you. So I am so happy that you joined us today. Those of you that watch it later, I hope that you love this. Oh, and I got a YouTube channel. Yes, because of I got a YouTube channel. You'll be able to watch the full version of this on the YouTube channel later on, but you'll be able to see snippets of today's conversation on my social media platform. And I'm so excited that you joined today. I can't wait for our next conversation. Oh, and then in the summertime, we'll also be doing an in-person Can We Talk session, partnering with I Adore You Ministries. And so I'm definitely excited about that. So stay tuned for that. All things Can We Talk and more. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. And I just hope that everybody has gotten something from it. And until the next time, Can We Talk?